Hi, I'm Merrick D'Amato.
And I am the peacemaker. I make the peace.
And welcome back to MindBreakers!
Yeah, and it's gonna be pieces of our brains. All over the place. That was a horrible one.
Yes, it was.
Hey, they can't all be gold.
Nope. But they should be better than shit.
It's not
so,
shit tier.
We're gonna bring up our wheel in 3, 2, 1. Bam, there we go. Gonna give it a spin.
Wheels all fixed up. It's gonna bring us to what we need to... Oh,
Mutant Chronicles!
Wow, really?
Yes!
Awesome!
I've been wanting to watch this since I bought it this summer.
That's quite amazing.
I'm really happy now.
That's cool. I'm kind of looking forward to watching this.
Mutant Chronicles.
This was one of those movies that I always wanted to get around to also. Never got the chance to.
Mutant Chronicles. 28th century soldier Mitch Hunter leads a fight against an army of underworld mutants.
He hunts Mitches.
Yes. You know why I'm so excited for this?
Huh?
Starring Tom Jane.
Yep. And Ron Perlman.
And John Malkovich. So, I'm pumped as hell now. I'm happy.
Are the mutants in Malkovich's head?
No.
They're not?
No.
They're not all in John Malkovich's head?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm really, especially after the last run of movies,
yeah.
Dragon Ball Evolution and Dragons of Autumn Twilight. I'm excited for about two things. One, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Or it's a movie I'm excited for. The three things then. Two, I own this on DVD, so we can sit on a couch and watch this one.
Yeah.
3, it doesn't have dragons in it!
That's true.
Or in its name, I hope.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go watch this.
Yep. I've been looking forward to watch the Punisher shoot a bunch of fucking mutants in the face.
Well, then watch Punisher vs. X-Men. Let's do this!
The enemies of man, the mutants, came from the outside. It is the end of every living thing, everywhere, and for all time.
Begin the evacuation.
Evacuation?
We are finished here.
Am I to understand that you would abandon the Earth? How many millions do you think you'll leave behind? And do you think that the enemy will stop with this world? They'll follow you. There is still hope!
What hope?
Give me 20 soldiers and a ship.
And what can these 20 do that our armies could not?
For a mission.
Huh. Yeah, save the world kind of thing.
Many men think they're going to die. A few of us know it.
Any last words? Here we go!
That was awesome.
Yep. That was a fucking rad movie.
We start out with narration.
Yep.
And then we go to space.
Talking about space, actually, in the narration.
This big old machine.
They came from space with one purpose. To change...
man into mutants.
Yes.
So, and then we're in medieval times.
No, this takes place in, fucking...
Starts in medieval times. Starts with a flashback to medieval
times. Oh, yeah, right.
Where some knight guy called Nicotine?
Yeah.
Nicodicca.
He's the night man, fighter of the day man.
Yes. Master of karate.
And friendship.
For all.
For all. Always funny. Yeah, it's basically talking about there was an ancient machine.
And it was sealed and they sealed it underground.
Yes.
And then there are 4 corporations
The Mishima Corporation?
In
The
Japan.
Mishima Zaibatsu, I should say.
in Japan,
Yes. The Bauhaus, the German...
the Bauhaus in all of Europe,
Yeah.
the Imperial in the UK and Africa,
Yep.
and
And
Capital in the US.
Yeah, which is what the Punisher works for.
Yes,
Thomas Jane.
Tom Jane. And then we cut to World War I trench warfare,
Yeah.
where it's war between the Capital and Bauhaus Corporation.
Yeah, and it's basically crazy gruesome, man. It gets cool.
You can't. What you can see, this movie's very darkly
yeah.
shot. You could be forgiven for assuming this is a World War I movie at this point.
Yeah, it kind of, I don't know, borrows a lot of things from, like, stuff around, like, Sucker Punch and...
Well, it can't
Sin
borrow from
City
Sucker
and-
Punch. It came before Sucker Punch.
Yeah, I know.
It is kind of a we want to be Zack Snyder direction, but it's decent, so it can't be Zack Snyder.
It's very, like, old school comic, like, fucking Frank Miller. Like, it's very, like...
You have a different
black and
idea
white,
of old
gritty.
school comic than I do.
Well, like,
You
know what I'm
say
talking
old school
about.
comic. I think
No, but you know
classic
what I'm
Iron
saying?
Man,
Like, yeah, like, Grindhouse-esque.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to make that sort of comparison. But, yeah, this gets, like, really gruesome and shit.
So they're fighting.
Like,
They're fighting.
this
war.
is not a kid's movie.
No. So they're fighting war,
Yeah.
and none of this thing isn't important.
Yeah.
All you need to know is that Tom Jane's friend dies, and the
Basically.
mutants attack.
Well, Tom Jane's friend dies and tells him to
Look after his wife and kid.
Yeah, his wife and kid.
And then the mutants attack. They get out of their holes and they're killing
Oh yeah,
people.
did we mention this is very much steampunk?
Oh, it's steampunk and cyberpunk at the same time. Because the world's run by 4 corporations.
Yeah, basically.
It's steam cyberpunk.
Yeah, and it doesn't even look like any of them are really winning. Because, like, honestly, who the fuck's the winning party in this sort of
And
economy?
so there's a church, the Church of Ron Perlman, where
Yeah.
Ron Perlman runs his own church.
Yep.
And
The underground Church of the Mole People, run by Ron Perlman.
and they find out that the mutants are coming. So he goes to see his brother, John Malkovich.
Yep.
Who's
He's
the
in,
head
like,
of Capital.
one scene.
Yeah. He's still on the cover.
Yeah.
And they're planning to, and okay, we're going to evacuate the planet.
Yep.
So, but we need to actually try to fight them.
Yep.
Good. We need, let me put together a team of soldiers. Okay. The transports are leaving. Aren't you going to get on? No, I'm going to let them do their new world without my fuckery.
Yeah.
So, actually,
Which
kind
is
of
honestly the right way to go about it.
I'm impressed by that choice.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you realize you fucked up,
Exactly.
so you're not gonna.
He's not being a pretentious fuckwad and being like, no, I'm gonna go there and make all the money on that planet.
So a bunch of them go. He assembles the team.
Yeah,
Tom James is one of them?
Yeah, he's
The
working
payment
with,
For joining is you get
what was it?
evacuation pass.
Yeah.
Passes.
You get a
So
ticket.
he gives it to his old friend's wife and daughter,
Yeah.
so they get to evacuate.
Yeah, he ends up, giving his tickets to them. And, a bunch of other ones get some later, but
the team is Miho from Sin City.
Oh yeah, she's probably my favorite one in this, aside from Thomas.
Generic Yakuza guy.
Yeah, he works for Mishima Corp.
Jesus Barretta.
he you know who he is?
Comic relief annoying.
No, but you know who the Mishima Zaibatsu guy is?
You know.
I was gonna say Hihachi's son.
Oh, he's Jin?
Because Tekken.
Not Jin. Who's between Jin and...
He's one of the Kazamas.
The one who gets thrown off the cliff, right?
Yeah, no, the one that gets thrown off the cliff was, Hihachi's son.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember his name.
No, he's, fuck man, not Jin Kazama.
That doesn't matter.
Jin's dad.
We have a black guy who we know is going to die because he's black.
Yeah.
And he actually does die first.
Yes.
And then we have a German guy with a mustache.
Yes.
And that's our team. They're all given broadswords.
Mm-hmm.
The things explained like, we're going to go into the machine, we're going to blow it up.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're flying in their spaceship, in their airplane, which is coal-powered.
Yep.
Like they're shoveling coal into the engines, and it somehow works.
Well,
and these things can take orbit.
Yeah. The Bauhaus people in this movie basically like ride around in the tanks like it's German warfare, wearing like gas masks everywhere and like basically sulfur bombing people.
Yes.
So, But, yeah, I'm seriously not surprised at any of the, like, steampunk stuff that they used for this movie. Because honestly, like, I don't know, like, like, someone can look at, like, the world of BioShock, basically, and be like, oh, like, this can just do this, you know? And the ancient machine that they get into later is fucking very BioShock.
The thing, by the way, crashes.
Yeah.
The pilot dies, and the black guy gets impaled because they go through a building.
Yep.
And we land in the capital wasteland from Fallout.
Yeah.
Fallout 3.
It basically turns into Fallout the movie.
No complaints, by the way.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, they also there's this silent chick who joins them with a sword.
Yeah, they end up, like, getting, this whole team basically gets, like, the rundown, in this, in the little underground church, basically, from Ron Perlman. Basically, they get taught how to...
I have more proof that it's Fallout. It has Ron Perlman narrating.
It's true. It's so true. War never changes except for when you're fighting mutants underground.
By the way, the
change
mutants,
like prototype.
The mutants can only be killed by fire or like in massive amounts of damage with machine guns.
Skin tissue, like tissue damage.
Also decapitation or being shot in the head.
Yeah.
Their right arms are massive prototype blades.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know about mutants.
Yeah, their main weakness is fire and explosions. But fucking Thomas Jane goes to town with fucking dual Uzis after time because, like, machine guns would work on these guys. Well, they do work on them quite well. But yeah, they end up, like, getting the rundown. This is how you kill them, blah, blah, blah.
So, they crash in Fallout.
Yeah.
And then they see these dickhead soldiers basically blackmailing people. It's like extorting money from people, from evacuees.
They're the guards on the train.
Yeah.
And, basically they're auctioning off tickets to people for the highest bidder and, also letting on anybody with the only exceptions being cash, gash, or ass.
Yeah.
Which is fucking, they're horrible people.
So
they're not letting anyone on except for people that can basically pay with ass or
money.
And even a guy that is like, oh, I'll give you all of my money, they don't let on.
So they cut, so Tom Jane isn't having this.
Greedy prick.
So he goes up, is like, okay, you're gonna let all these people on. There's not enough room. It only can hold a certain weight. So, what are you, about 275? 310. Takes a gun, shoots him in the head. 310, that's 3 women, 2 children. Get on. He's like, how much do you, and then turns to the other one, how much do you weigh? Very little.
Yeah. Very little. It's like, if I was him, I'd be like, okay, well, if you don't let all of these people on right now, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna take away your very little weight.
So they wander around mountains for a bit.
Yeah.
And then they get to the machine, which is all gears and stargates and stuff.
It's basically like anything Fallout in the vault.
Yeah.
Mixed with, like, the fucking Dremmer caves in Skyrim. Along with just straight steampunk. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Alright.
So they go through, people die.
Oh yeah, when they get their swords, the fucking, he becomes, the fucking Frank Castle becomes Sir Francis of Castle.
Yes.
I just thought I'd throw that in because we missed that. Oh yeah, that guy Jesus.
Yeah, he dies.
Yeah, later. I was gonna mention, like, they're all getting their names called out, they're getting given swords.
Yes.
Back at the...
He doesn't want a sword.
The fucking guy Jesus, he's, like, kind of an asshole this whole movie.
Yeah.
He just kind of, like, he gets his name called and he's just, like, completely spaced out or, like, being a dick. And it's like, take your fucking sword at least, motherfucker.
Ron Perlman's giving you a sword. You should be honored.
Exactly. Come on, man. I'd be giddy. I'd be like...
So they get into the machine. As they go through the machine, various members, like the German guy dies.
Yep.
The Jesus guy dies. Ron Perlman dies.
Yeah.
Then we're just left with Tom Jane and the 2 chicks. The girl who has the vow of silence starts talking.
Yeah. Did you get Miho's name actually in this movie?
We just nicknamed her Mio.
Yeah. Well, like, cause she is Miho from Sin City, but that's like what I remember her as. I didn't catch
So they fight through mutants and get to the center of the thing and start the bomb.
Yeah.
But then Ron Perlman comes back as a mutant and fights the Vow of Silence chick.
Yeah.
And they're all fighting and big.
It basically ends off with like, Ron
the
Perlman
problem
dying
is,
and like
this
the
is
two
just
girls
like Dog Soldiers.
fighting.
This is a very, very good movie.
I still haven't watched.
So there's
Dog
not much
Soldiers.
to talk about.
Yeah. I want to watch Dog Soldiers.
It's not a lot to talk about in this film.
Yeah, not really. It was actually a really good movie.
But
Most times we just like bitch about the bad ones.
Tom Jane gets hooked to this mutant making thing.
Yeah.
And something's trying to stab him in the eye and keeps dodging and manages to make it break his bond, so he shoots it.
Yeah.
And he's kind of half mutant at the moment, or like half of his face is kind of melty burned.
Well, like he's got like the veins and stuff,
Yeah,
like,
and
it
his
starts to,
eyebrows
like,
off.
pulsate. Yeah, and his eye turns white. If you notice that, actually, and he ends up like walking up to these girls. You're not sure if he's turned or not, and they're like, "Are you one of them?"
I'm talking.
And he pulls out his knife. He like stabs his arm and sucks out the poison on that side. And he's like, "What do you think?" Like, he's fucking sitting there like talking. It's like you think.
So there's a big fight scene. There's spinning blades. Like Miho gets stabbed and falls off and cut in half by one of the blades.
Mm-hmm.
Savannah gets killed. Vow of Silence chick gets impaled by Ron Perlman.
Yeah, and she was trying to remind him that he is the Samuel, but he doesn't remember that he is
And
the
then
Samuel.
using the broadsword, because it turns out that's the key to make the bomb work.
Yeah,
Tom Jane stabs Ron Perlman through the chest and impales him onto the thing and turns it with that.
Yep.
And then it blows
he
up.
He has really good aim for this. He
does.
must have some fucking amazing aim
He's the
for
Punisher.
this shit.
Then he escapes through the water and
but
he
he's not the
survives.
Punisher here, but still, he must have some crazy
And he
fucking
survives,
aim.
and then he's gonna smoke, but he doesn't smoke, and then the movie's over.
Yeah.
What do you give this movie?
Oh my god. Honestly?
I give it 7.5 prototypes out of 10.
7.5 prototypes?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay.
Out of Ron Perlman.
Out of Ron Perlman?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Hang on a second. So, I'm gonna give it a 5, Kazuyas fighting mutants.
Mm-hmm.
Kazuya.
His name was Kazuya?
Kazuya Mishima.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna give it 10 Kazuyas out of fighting mutants out of a total of I give it about 12 Ron Perlman's as the lead character of Prototype 3.
So, I'm sorry we didn't have much to say. It wasn't a bad movie.
It was a really good movie.
So, I've been Merrick D'Amato.
And I've been Gio.
And we'll see you all next week.
Later,
Ciao!
fuckers!